Do I look stiff and nervous?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? What do we have to talk about anyway?
That's your intro.
What's up, guys? It's that time again. It's Friday. We're watching JayzTwoCents and Tech Addiction Episode 7. So we got a lot of things to cover today, as always, every single week. Superhuman enhancing drugs that can turn you into Captain America, and the world as we know it is no longer ours to own. So if you ever wanted to be Captain America, I would love to be Captain America because I bet he gets all the... Actually, I'm married, so you would probably want to be Captain America because you could get all the girls. So some studies have shown that businesses are looking at using performance-enhancing drugs that can boost your brain ability, boost your work output. We've already got some exoskeleton-type devices that you can attach to your body, but businesses are looking at using these types of drugs to enhance the output of their employees. So it brings up a few controversial points. One, can your employer require performance-enhancing drugs? And two, what are the side effects of such things? There's a few psychologists out in England that are saying that this would put an incredible amount of stress on a person's brain, whereas you may be able to cope with the stress and the longer work hours that they're looking at putting in with using such a drug, but they're afraid that you may snap. They're worried that you might go into a post office and actually mail something. No, that's not. They're worried that after a while your brain just might... Sorry, I came down off my drugs, because with the amount of stuff I do for YouTube, I use Ritalin, along with pep pills, along with sleeping pills, and along with Viagra. And that tends to make me a little bit excited, so I have to counteract that with the low-grade beaver tranquilizer. So I talked about it on Twitter, I've talked about it on YouTube, I don't think I mentioned it on my vlog, but I did talk about it on Game Addiction and the last Tech Addiction? Whatever. Some of you said stop talking about your Xbox, we don't give a damn. Well, I did, and I bought a Kinect with that. And now I'm a little sorry that I did, because you see Microsoft is looking at getting a patent that gives them the ability to use any built-in camera on any product that uses any Microsoft operating system. So we're talking Xbox Live, we're talking Windows 8, Windows 7, any laptop that runs Windows of any edition to use the camera built into these devices to spy on you. And what they're hoping to do is use facial recognition to go along with licensing to determine whether or not you're viewing content that is licensed to you. As somebody who downloads illegally, no, I'm kidding. So, do you have DRM content? How many times have you said, hey, check out this video, and you hand your phone or you hand your iPad or your computer to somebody to take a look at a particular video or a movie that you're watching? How would you like for a pop-up to come up and say, hey, you're not recognized as licensed to watch this video. Here's a link to go and buy it for $14.99. Because that's kind of where they want to go with this. They want to use facial recognition on their cameras to determine whether or not you are allowed to watch something that somebody else owns. That sounds a little bit ludicrous and ridiculous to me because I now have to start charging you $14.99 per episode. And there goes the subscriber count. Now don't freak out yet. This isn't a law, this isn't put in, but this is a patent. And everyone knows that patents show an intent of a company for what it is that they want to bring to you in the future. So this is just the beginning. We're talking Microsoft and other subscription-based companies are going to start jumping on this bandwagon. This is a story that I'm going to continue to watch as it rolls out. It's probably going to be years in the making. But as you know, we're in the information age, and now we are apparently in the video age where Big Brother is watching you at all times. As it is, they already sell special covers to put over your Kinect because people are very paranoid that Microsoft is going to be watching you through your Kinect. And in the past, some people have already proven that the Kinect sends data even when the Xbox isn't on. So, how many of you are caught doing something in front of that Kinect that you wouldn't want your mama to know about? Halo 4 came out. None of you are watching because you're playing Halo 4, but the 4 of you that are watching, be careful the next time you log on Xbox Live. And if you're one of those people that like to troll and trash talk in the open forums and put your hand down, I know that's you. I don't trash talk much. Because I'm a really bad noob. Wait till Black Ops 2 comes out. Maybe I'll put up some gameplay, then we'll start a comedy series. So 343 Industries lead Bonnie Ross, an executive producer of Halo 4, Kiki Wolfkill, epic name by the way. Hope that's really their name. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. So they're really upset about some of the anonymity issues that go on with Xbox Live and all the trollings and all the name callings and all of the shenanigans. I love the word shenanigans. And sexism that goes on Xbox Live. They decided there's a zero tolerance policy regarding any name calling towards females. So if you say any sort of sexist comment towards a female on Xbox Live, there are no questions asked. You are immediately banned from Xbox Live, and that is that. Xbox Live thinks that this is a great trend because they made a comment on there, and I'm going to paraphrase here, that when you take adolescents and you give them the ability to stay hidden, yet say whatever they want in an open forum, you get a lot of trolling. How many of us have seen it in the open forums or any lobby on Xbox Live? You can't get away from it. So they're going to extend it to that type of behavior. So you all might want to clean up your attitudes, otherwise Xbox Live is going to get really empty, and I will be the happiest guy on Xbox. So Foxconn chairman Terry Gao has said officially, the iPhone 5 is too hard to make, and we can't keep up with you guys. So there's a rumor that Terry might be outsourcing some of the iPhone 5 production to one of their sister companies, which is Foxconn International Holdings, for assistance on assembling of the iPhone 5. Now, he won't officially come out and say that, and he specifically refused to comment on that when a reporter asked him if that was his intention. But the reason why that's a little bit controversial is the fact that all of the devices that they make that compete with the Apple devices that they make are made at Foxconn International. So Hanhai Precision Industry, which is the actual Foxconn sister company that's making the iPhone 5, is where all the Apple devices are made. You know, that's where they make the iPhones, that's where they make the iPads and the new iPad mini, and all the other tablets and phones that they make go to Foxconn International. And in light of this news, the Hanhai Precision Industry stocks over the last 24 hours have just been plummeting. But the Foxconn International Holdings stocks has been officially listed as a buy and has been soaring. It's the name of the game, people. I said it last week on Tech Addiction. I wasn't going to report on any more Apple news. I have to. I just have to report on it because every single week I go to the news and I can't help it. Their corporate culture is gone. Ever since Steve Jobs died, at least he held it together a little bit. He was still an asshole, but at least he kept the nice hip vibe that comes with being Apple. All right, yeah, I just called all of us hipsters. But see, at least he was able to keep it together. But ever since Tim Cook took over, and he's had to delegate a lot of the corporate responsibilities that Steve Jobs used to take care of, they've just gone insane. They're suing everybody. They're being sued by everybody. And now the corporate culture is falling apart. And here's what I mean by that. I'm going to bring out a new segment every single week where I do 60 seconds of Apple. Well, I'm going to try and bring you as much Apple news in 60 seconds as I possibly can. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get this started with Apple is being sued by New Zealand man for incorrectly listing some prices of some items on their website. So he bought $1,600 worth of cables and other peripherals for $35. Apple sent him a payment confirmation, shipping confirmation, shipped the package, guy's happy, deal of the year, hooray. Apple goes and intercepts the package and then sends him an email saying, sorry, our prices were wrong, tough shit. He's now suing Apple. Apple's in deep water because they changed the code on their website when it comes to their apology to Samsung. So what they did was they put the link at the bottom like they're supposed to, but they put it just off screen to where you can't quite see it. So when you go to the website, if you want to see the apology, you've got to scroll down slightly, click a link, go to a new page, and there it is. Bad. Apple. So Apple is currently interested in leasing some licenses that Google currently holds over Motorola Mobility. And basically they said, we want to use some of your patents, but we're not willing to pay more than $1 for that patent license. Google said, tough shit, we want to charge you $20. Apple says, that's not fair, we're taking you to court and we want to pay $1. Judge says, it's their patent, they can do whatever they want. Apple says, that's not fair, they're charging too much. If you make a judgment that's more than $1, we're going to ignore you and we're going to do it anyway. And the judge said, case dismissed. It's time for your favorite part of the show, and mine too. It's Technology's Dumbass of the Week. And up until this point, I've always talked to you about a particular criminal who's done something stupid regarding technology, but today, I'm bringing you a man who says that he was given the gift of Earth by God in Japan, and he decided to auction it off on Yahoo Auctions. This is just a ridiculous story. I'm having a hard time even reporting it. The auction started on October 30th and was scheduled to end at November 6th. And as of November 6th, the winning bid was $123 million. And that's like 96 bajillion yen, I think, is the official conversion rate. And as with any auction, there's a Q&A section where a bidder can actually put in a question. And some of these questions were absolutely hilarious. Like, for instance, one guy asked, how come you can't see the backside of the world on the photo that you're showing on your auction? Is there a reason why you're not showing that? Or are there possibly countries that are wasting resources, wasting dollars, and constantly fighting each other? Another guy said he doesn't want the entire world, but he is interested in Cuba because he lives in the United States and he's really jonesing for a Cuban cigar. So can he make some sort of a discount and just package off Cuba and buy that separately? The guy said he's more than willing to move Cuba to Japan if he buys the world. But then again, it's his world, so it's his job to move things where he wants to. Another guy asked if he buys the world, is he God? The guy said, no, God gave you the world, therefore you are not God. That's pretty much what he said. And on top of that, the guy who asked if he becomes God, he told, what's the matter, are you crazy? So, for anonymous guy in Japan trying to sell the world because God gave it to you on Yahoo Auctions, your technology's dumbass of the decade. Alright guys, so that's all I've got for this week. So on Monday night, make sure that you check out Yaush's 24-hour live stream in conjunction with PTFO for the Black Ops 2 launch event. I'm going to be there, Holiday Doc's going to be there, and some other big names in the industry are going to be there. Hope that we see you on the live stream. Don't forget to check out my previous episodes of Tech Addiction and a brand new series that I'm putting out every single Tuesday called Game Addiction. The first episode was a great hit, so don't forget, subscribe, like, favorite, follow me on Twitter, and I'm going to go ahead and contact the guy who bought the world because I'm really, really interested in Canada. Yeah. It'll stay busy, and then too much cocaine. Is that thing on? 343 lead industry. 343 Industries lead Bonnie Ross. You might also know her as the sewer of the American flag. She. That was really corny, wasn't it?
Not a soap.
The sewer of the American flag, Bonnie Ross. Seamstress?
Seamstress, not sewer.
Mistress Bonnie Ross. This is so making the cutting floor real, but I saved some of the bloopers for my own personal collection. Okay, I'm wasting tape. I don't use tape. 3/4. Okay, here we go again. Take 4. 343 Industry. 343 Industry. Focus one more time. This time, don't change the zoom point, please, because it was cutting off the top of my head.
That was the point.
No, if I shrink it down slightly, I'll have a flat top.
It is focused.
Just making sure. Is it? This is my show. What do I pay you for?
You don't pay me.
And I'll continue not to.
I quit.